people don't even know this about me, but I started smoking in high school. I did at the end of high school, not even at the end of high school. I was about 16 years old when I started smoking. And I was quite a heavy smoker at one stage, especially in my early 20s. I put away a couple of packs a day. And so every now and again I would go, oh my God, I have to quit smoking. This is disgusting. I don't want to smoke anymore. And then I would do everything that everybody else is doing, right? I would use the patches. I would chew the bubble gum. I would cut down. And then I would have to drink more coffee. And I would get withdrawal symptoms. And I'd be a real bitch and go through all of the normal stuff. And then, you know, like a little while later, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to have one smoke because I'm so stressed out. And oh my God, I deserve to have a smoke now. Or I would just have a cup of coffee or a glass of wine. Like you go out and, you know, once you have a glass of wine, then the craving is there and everybody is smoking around you. So you just light up a cigarette and now you just call yourself a social smoker. But the fact of the matter is, you're a smoker and you start kind of like sliding back into the habit of smoking again. And this went on for years. Like so many other people who want to give up anything. This just went on for years and years and years. And then I had my first child. And I didn't smoke during pregnancy, but the moment I popped him out of my body, I lit up another cigarette. And I was always really respectful of his space, so I would smoke outside. And this went on probably for around a year. And I remember so clearly, oh my God, I was sitting on a little step outside the kitchen, and I was just smoking my cigarette, you know, while Johan was inside. And he came out and he had a thick crayon in his hand and he put it between his fingers and he went, and oh, fuck, it hit me. It hit me really, really hard. And I looked at my 1-year-old and I was like, I am not going to be the reason my child smokes one day. I am not going to be the reason my child smokes one day. And I literally took my cigarette, my half-smoked cigarette, and I put it out. And I never lit another smoke. Ever. I had no cravings. I didn't start eating more. I didn't put on weight. I didn't need hypnotherapy or patches or anything else that I believed that I needed in order for me to quit smoking. Because it was a decision. It was a powerful, non-negotiable, hit me in the gut decision right there. In that moment, I am done smoking. I am done smoking. You see, I think that we forget what a powerful decision feels like, and more importantly, what a powerful decision does for us. And I want to say this as well. This was pre-coaching days. This was before I knew about mindset or strategies or anything like that. It was a pure, unfiltered decision. Just like that. And it's really interesting because I didn't know this at the time, but one of my soul agreements is that I am ending cycles for my lineage, whether those cycles are cycles of abuse, of addiction, of whatever the case might be. I came here with the sole purpose that shit stops with me. I will not let it spill over me to the next generation. I didn't know this at the time though. All I knew was that I saw my child and I made a decision that I am done smoking. Now, interestingly enough, as I sat thinking about this today, I'm like, holy fuck, this is how how I do everything. This is how I do everything. I did the same with drinking. I was that woman who used to drink any man under the table. I'm not even kidding. 27 shots of tequila is how I got the party started. I know, somebody counted one night. I had 27 shots of tequila, and then I was like, bring it on, bitches, let's party. Case of beers, not a problem. Bottles of wine, bring it on. Whiskey, brandy, gin, everything. Guys, I used to be a huge boozer. And then one day, I got up, and I had to go training, and I had a bit of a hangover. And I got onto my bike, and I was like, fucking never again. I'm done drinking. Done drinking. Didn't have a drink for more than 5 years. Not a single, not a whiff, not a sip, not a nothing. I had no cravings. I had no withdrawal symptoms. I had nothing. Because I just decided. Now, here's the thing. What I'm starting to see is how we are told there's all these steps and processes that need to be followed. Or that we have to replace one thing with another thing. Like, oh no, you can't just stop smoking. You need the patch to stop smoking. We need to wean you off because otherwise it's going to be too much for your body. Now, I want to say this to you. All of those things are just beliefs. Like, beliefs are not absolute truths. The absolute truth is that nothing and nobody has power over you. That is absolute truth. The absolute truth is that you get to take control of your body. That is the absolute truth. Which means when people tell you that you have to replace one thing with another thing, they're keeping you in victim energy. They're still keeping you codependent on fucking something. When we just decide, it's done. It is done. So why aren't especially women doing more of this? Well, women need to grow the fuck up, as do most men, by the way. Women don't keep their words to themselves because they always want to put everybody else's needs, everybody else's values, everybody else's lives in front of their own. And they think it doesn't matter to the subconscious mind when they say, oh, this is my value and this is what I'm going to do and this is what I want. Oh, but as long as it doesn't inconvenience anybody else. So they stop trusting themselves and they stop believing in themselves. They're continuously giving their power away. Because when a woman does own her power, when a woman actually says, you know what, my word is my bond, it's my fucking oath, it's my truth, and I am unshakable in that. Oh, people don't like that so much. All of a sudden, you're overbearing and you're stubborn and you're a bitch and you're all these things just because we have boundaries and because we value ourselves and because we trust ourselves and because we don't play into this whole victim mentality. All of a sudden, you're not the favorite kid on the playground. See, all of this is tribal consciousness, and I'm going to be talking a lot about this next week and going forward. It's time to break the tribal consciousness because the tribe has got everybody showing up as little kids, little girls who just want to be liked and seeking approval and want belonging. It's dangerous shit. Because right now the world needs women of courage, women of conviction, women who actually keep their words, and women who puts out a cigarette within less than 10 seconds and never smokes again without anything to wean her off because the decision is so clear and so solid and so non-negotiable. And I want to say this to you ladies today. Anything in your life can seriously be that quick. You just need to decide and commit to your decision and be unshakable in that. Be unavailable for the naysayers and those who say that it cannot be done this way. For they know only their own beliefs. And who can tell you what you have to believe? Well, other than me, because I'm always going to tell you that you're a badass bitch and you can do and have whatever you desire, but you have to start with yourself, with unshakable decisions. So here's my invitation to everybody today. Where do you need to make a decision? And the easiest decisions is, what is that one thing that you have been saying tomorrow or next week, or I just can't help myself, or whatever the case might be. Oh, now I have to go through the 7 steps, and now I first need to go to the doctor. Like, what is that thing? And just decide right here, right now, you're done. You're done. You're done with it. It's no more even a thought for you. It's done. You're done. And if you're really badass, put it in the comments for us. Let us hold you accountable to that. I decree and declare that I am done with what? I decree and declare that I am done with what? Put it in the comments. Let us witness you. Let us bring our power and our energy to your declaration. And then never again go back to the old way. And this doesn't have to be hard. If you have a story going on in your mind that goes, and now it's not that easy, and now you don't understand, and now it's really, really hard, it's just a story, darling. And you get to choose what stories you want to tell yourself. If you're done with shitty stories, then tell a better story. Because honestly, it is time for women to be women of honor. That is what the world needs right now. And right now, a lot of you are here to, like me, break cycles, break the patterns for your lineage. Because if we don't do it, then who is? Our kids? How dare we put it on them? Like, what is it that you never want your kids to experience? Because it has to start with you. You have to be the change. You have to be the change. And even if you don't have kids, what is it that you want the world to stop experiencing? And be that change. And it starts with a decision. So I really hope that this has empowered everybody with a new level of truth. That any change occurs, true change and transformation occurs in an instant. Literally, one decision made with conviction, unbreakable, and become a woman with an unbreakable word. That's how you become trustworthy to yourself, which is the trust that is greatly needed right now within everyone.